What a beautiful little diddly.
Yeah, on this little tiny guitar.
Yeah, feels like an Irish morning tune and my Irish coffee.
There you go.
So, Sooze, I thought it would be fun to play a little game today.
Okay.
I don't think we'll be using that guitar any longer.
All right.
Although it is a cool guitar.
It's cool.
So it's an octave on top?
Octave guitar, yep.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a stratty kind of 6-string.
Yeah, show me the strat real quick. And then the little guy, we put some chorus on it, makes it sound even better. You make it look easy, but it's really hard to play.
Yeah,
it's really
tiny.
difficult to play.
It's like playing a violin.
It's really
little
small.
movements.
It's really small.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't even told Sooze what the game is today, which I thought would be the most fun.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and thought, it would be a fun game. This is called the 1, 2, 3 guitar game.
Okay.
And we'll play it in the future.
I truly don't know what this is.
We'll play it in the future on Guitar Friends. Okay. It'll be great. But we got to have guitars in our hands, so I thought it would be fun to do. We always get questions, what guitar should we buy?
Mm-hmm.
Play a cheap guitar. Oh, that guitar's too expensive.
Yeah.
Or, all these different things. So I thought, okay, knowing what we know, owning what we've all owned. If you and I, right now, had no gear, put budget aside or whatever, what guitar would you want as your number one guitar? If you could only own one guitar. You lost all your stuff in a fire. You're going back.
You got to start over.
You're moving to a new country. Everything's gone. And you can't take it with you because of the wood laws or something. What's your one guitar that you would rebuy, like what from your collection?
Yeah.
And through the powers of video editing, I'm going to snap my fingers and we're both going to be holding the one guitar we would own if we could own one.
Okay.
Now notice, it's a slightly different question than what's your number one guitar? Mm-hmm. What's the one you play the most or what's your number one? That's a little bit of a different question.
Right.
This is if you only own one. So I think like versatility might play into a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One guitar to rule them all.
Yeah, if you had 3 guitars, you go, well, this one does this one does this one does this. This is if you could only own one, because a lot of people, they're only going to sink $2,000 into one guitar. They're only going to put $2,500 into one guitar.
Sure.
They're not looking to do that 10 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I got it.
If we could only own one, it would be big surprise. Big surprise.
We
didn't even plan
predictable?
this.
Yeah.
Dude, we didn't even plan this. But here's the thing. I knew you would choose that guitar.
Yeah.
And I knew this was mine. Now, why?
They're so versatile, man.
They're so great. I could be happy with these pickups and never go, oh, I got to have a Strat. I just miss it so much.
Yeah.
And I'd never be like, oh, I got to have a humbucker. It's simple. It's just sounds great in every position. Play a little bit of this guitar. I could play and show what I love about it. It's the touch sensitivity. It's the ability to just go to the neck and have that nice, almost like a super Strat type thing.
Yeah.
And then the bridge is on these guitars somehow not overly present.
Yeah.
They're still like mid-rangey and thick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Play a little bit.
It's got all the loveliness of a single coil, but it's strong enough to drive it. And this is the guitar that most trips me up when we do any of those blindfold things. What guitar is this?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it sounds so rocky, and I think it must be like a Les Paul or something.
Yeah.
Or it must be a humbucker. And then other times it's so nice it must be a Strat.
Yeah, it sweetens up. Yeah.
Okay, now part 2 of the game, because this is not the one guitar game.
Oh gosh.
This is the 1, 2, 3 guitar game. So let's say you own this. And you have a wonderful, Tonex board or Kemper Profiler or Quad Cortex or whatever you would own.
Okay.
And you have this one guitar.
So this isn't going anywhere.
This isn't going anywhere.
Okay.
This is still your guitar.
Okay.
But now you're on the gear page and you're going, hey guys, I'm looking for another guitar. I'm thinking of, what do you think of?
Yeah, now what should I get?
What should I add to the collection? So if this is your one guitar and we've gone for maybe, I don't want to say middle of the road, but we've gone for maybe versatility and kind of does a lot of things great. But is this the best Strat in the world?
No.
Is this the best? Is this the most rockin' guitar in the world?
No. I mean,
like
you said, it's a Goldilocks.
Yeah, it doesn't do Gretsch. This is not a Bigsby. This is a certain vibe. And this is an expensive guitar.
Yeah.
They were a lot less so when we bought them.
Yes.
Years ago. But they've all gone up a lot in price. So we're going to snap again. And then our number 2. We still own this one.
Okay.
But now we're buying a second guitar.
Okay.
Strat.
Telecaster.
You know?
Strat. Super Strat.
Okay. For me, 2 reasons. Really just 2. I can't do that on a not Strat. I like the in-between sounds.
Yeah.
But because it's only my second guitar, I didn't choose Goldie. I went with something that I could still use all the time. This is still like, to me, a desert island thing. I thought about, do I just go with something? But having just a 3 pickup Strat and the P90s, I don't know. This way I have a humbucker, I got singles, and I got P90s. I got everything. And I like it, you know?
Yep.
A lot of versatility. Wonderful.
Sounds great.
Beautiful. You went another direction.
I'm Telecasters.
I went for let's cover all bases. Now I got all 3 pickup. I got all the food groups.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't have a telly, but you do.
That's true. Yeah, maybe we can be in the same band.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll have different sounds. But yeah, I love Telecasters. They really are kind of the do-it-all guitar for me. This is a great one. I mean, it's like, I don't know if I was starting over if I would choose this exact one. This is actually a custom shop neck on a Brad Paisley body.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a Frankenstein telly, but
yeah,
it sounds great and it plays awesome.
Honestly, the look and feel because of the neck, it feels like a custom shop telly.
Yeah, it really does.
I mean, maybe that's a good hack, by the way. I don't know. What can you buy? Do you know what you can buy a custom shop neck for?
Yeah, I think they're probably $600 or $700 or something for the neck.
But still.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I would think, honestly, if you handed me this guitar, I think this was a $3,500 4K guitar, because I would think this was a custom shop guitar. You know what I mean? Because of the finish and stuff too.
Yeah,
I'd go. It completely passes the CS test.
This would be a great number 2 for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
Let's hear it. That's beautiful.
It's rad.
You could do a lot.
Yeah.
So we both started in the same spot. We're already going different directions.
And we've stayed Fendery, Jazzmaster Strat Telly.
I think the common thread here, yes, I agree with you. The common thread here is we've stayed with utility.
Yeah.
First thing you said was, Telly, you can do everything.
Yeah.
And that's
and the Jam Pro even more, you could do everything.
Right. And then that's kind of my thinking here is this is a desert island guitar. I could have chose this as my number 1.
Yeah.
I prefer the other one if I had to just own one. But what I miss is a Strat kind of thing. But I like I said, I still like the versatility because I still am thinking I don't want a one-trick pony yet.
Is it true that you don't really need a neck humbucker? If you're playing a humbucker guitar, are you mostly on the bridge?
No, I play them. I'll tell you, for worship music, I find that I play the middle and the bridge a lot. It's such a natural high-end drop-off and like fullerness that if you want to go behind the vocal at like a let's say you're doubling the piano at verse 2.
Yeah.
And the singer's singing it, she's like, da, 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 do, 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 do. You're doubling a thing. It's natural to like really want to get away from tonally her.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going to go neck and go dark.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I'm saying I use it as an effect almost. But normally it's, if I like the sort of wide, clean.
Which you could do there on the neck. I mean, just to get away from it as well. But It's still bright.
I see what you're saying. This is
that's why I was asking, because it's right there, and it's like you don't have the neck, but you have the Strat neck. Which is great.
Yeah. I was thinking on a 2-humbucker guitar. I normally go for the worship stuff. I normally go middle and bridge. For this, I would go bridge, but I would absolutely, for that kind of sound, I would go in between.
Yeah,
because like I never heard an out of phase voice.
Yeah, like a 2-humbucker guitar, I'm normally on the bridge. A Strat, I'm normally on the neck.
Sure.
So that combines both. I don't really love Strat bridge pickups. I don't really love like Les Paul neck pickups,
I feel like you have two positions whenever you have a Strat and another guitar player. You have two positions that are guaranteed to be not them, not their sound.
Right, yeah, they can't do it.
Yeah, no matter your rig, no matter what your sound, you instantly go to 2 and 4 and the guitars have space because you actually are so scooped at that point. There's so little mid-range that they become the mid-range of your instrument. Even on a telly bridge, those sounds are very different. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where you think of that as like bright and stuff, but it's got a lot of mids.
I'm shocked you didn't take Goldie, but I understand why.
Yes. This is one of those things where it's like, this isn't my favorite or number one.
Yeah.
And
utility.
But if I own two,
I get it. That's the game.
I might choose Goldie. I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
All right, here we go.
Number 3. We've gone. We started in the same spot. We've gone somewhere else. I have a prediction we will get even further apart.
I agree with your prediction.
I haven't asked you, and you haven't asked me. We really don't know. But,
yeah.
But,
here we go.
All right, and we'll snap. And here's guitar number 3. I'm not sure if in your head you said I'll go with the guitar I own or not. In which case, it's the Sparkle Jet. So my final guess will be you're grabbing the Sparkle Jet. Okay. And here's guitar number 3. All right, obviously not what I thought you were going to pick. I went Sparkle Jet, but I thought it was the Gretsch. But this is technically not your guitar, so I didn't know if you were going to.
Right.
Which is within the rules. You're allowed to.
Yeah, when you said I could grab one of yours, I was like, ooh, I'm definitely taking. This is our friend Jared's.
So this is an awesome guitar. I've got my guitar behind here. Do you want to guess what it is?
I haven't seen it yet. I think it's Trini. It might be a Les Paul, like the gold one or the Tokai. Oh, man. How could I not remember that?
How could you not know? It was the double neck the whole time because
utility.
This thing, you know what I'm saying? Once we've got all this stuff covered, it's time to have fun. I don't have a humbucker guitar. I don't have a 12-string. It feels like 3 and 4 in one. You know what I mean? Even in tune.
Yeah.
You need the humbucker sounds, man.
Yeah.
That's a really good.
Yeah.
I forget how to work this thing sometimes.
Now you have. Very nice. I was gonna say now you have 4 humbuckers. Plus the one and the other guy, so you got 5 humbuckers.
5 It's now mostly humbuckers.
Yeah, you're
in the
good
stable.
now. Yeah.
So I would of course choose the double neck.
Crazy.
And,
it makes sense. I wasn't thinking. This is a list without Trini and Goldie. It's nuts.
It is nuts, but I think it's because subtly it's a different question than what's your favorite.
No, I totally get it.
It's if you were buying them, what would you buy? And I think this is a thing too. Actually, ranking the instruments is one thing, but actually you being the person who buys them, you have there's kind of a big criteria list for the guitar you're going to spend a lot of money on.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of things. And that's why I think you don't see a lot of guys, unless you're like, I'm really into John Mayer or Phil Sace or whatever, who go, I'm going to get a 3-pickup custom shop Strat as my number 1 guitar. I put all my dollars in here. And maybe that's also why Les Pauls are the lawyer guitars, the blues guitars.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have $5,000 in guitars. I would say you go into most churches in a major metropolitan area with over 1,000 people in it. which is a heck of a lot of churches. 1,000 is not a huge number in the Midwest and the South and even the Northeast stuff, Southwest. If you walk in there and ask the guitar player, all your guitars you own, how much? More or less than $5,000?
Oh, for sure.
He'll probably go,
Yeah.
dude. He'll be like, yeah, dude, I got 3 guitars. I got 5 guitars.
Right.
I got 4 guitars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll say that all the time. And then if you add them up, now, if you ask them, would you buy a $5,000 guitar? They probably would go, no.
Right.
Or no. Or, I have one that's 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But the accumulation.
But you accumulate them
over
all
the years.
So when you're just doing that one, it's only a delusional blues lawyer that's going to go, I want to be Jimmy Page and learn a G chord and spend $6,000
on a Murphy Lab
yes,
Les Paul.
Exactly. Your first guitar. So like you kind of, but hey, they sell them, right? They sell them.
Oh, sure.
So when you actually acquire them, I think it has a real profound effect on what you get.
Yeah, totally.
Because if you could turn them all around instantly, you might choose differently. If you were buying 3 at one time, I would probably choose differently. I probably would have said, I might have said at that point, oh, I could go Les Paul, Telly, Strat.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The food groups.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I could do everything. This is kind of my number one. But
You
in a
do love that
wacky
guitar.
way, this
Yeah.
is the only guitar I'd want. If this were my only guitar,
You'd be fine.
I don't know, actually.
Not fine.
But yes,
You'd be the most fine
I'd
out of
make it. Right. But I've been playing this more than anything
Yeah.
out of the house. But if I had to only own one guitar,
Don't make me choose.
now
Actually,
this,
you did make
this
me
could
choose.
be your one and only.
Yeah, I would maybe the JM Pro first over this, but yeah, I mean,
But this guitar sounds great.
it sounds so good. I love how it plays. I know we're kind of different on the Gretsch thing, but this is like I've owned probably 4 or 5 Gretches, and this may be the best one, and I'm just borrowing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's the Bigsby, the pickup. These might be my favorite pickups, Filtertrons. I just love like the jangle of them.
Are those
and, like,
TV Jones or?
I think they're just high sensitive Filtertrons, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
No TV Jones. Yeah, but it sounds good in all the positions, and it's just cool. It's a good third guitar because once I've covered the other 2 bases, it's like, and it was either this or like a 335, and for the big hollow, enormous guitar, I kind of prefer Gretches. So
Yeah, and this gives you more, I think, tonal variety than if you went 335 maybe.
yeah, that's true.
You know, well, I don't know. Actually, you didn't have a humbucker.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got this. This is a.
Is the JM Pro closer to a humbucker or closer to a?
And it is a single coil pickup.
Yeah.
But it's a fat single coil that
That's true.
if you're in the world of low whine humbuckers and single coils, they start to get closer together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but I'll rock on this a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a sweet guitar.
It is a sweet guitar.
It's,
Say it ain't so, Sooze.
It's
I love the sound of these. I love. I've never really found a Gretsch that I loved.
Yeah.
Which is why I own another guitar that has Lambertrons in it that I love. We won't pull them out, but if you were going to choose guitars from here on out, what's the one thing you might feel is missing? That you're like, definitely if I had these 3 guitars, the next thing I would get, because I'd miss it.
This is honorable mention 4th.
Honorable mention. Like these aren't, this is not part of the game. So just to recap, I chose JM Pro, Sir Strat, and this silliness.
So yours is an honorable mention 5.
Yeah, because there's almost 3 and 4 right
I chose JM Pro, Telecaster, and a Black Falcon.
Yeah.
What a great world.
What a great world. Honorable mention 5, what would you miss? What would you want to get?
I'll tell you, my first thought was Goldie. I might grab Goldie. Because, I'm not a Strat player like at the heart, but like every time I play that guitar, I'm happy and I love the tones and I just go to a different world. So yeah, now that I've explained it, I'll take Goldie. Yeah.
Goldie is also my choice probably. But I might be missing a Telly, and I hate not saying Trini.
I know Trini. I've been thinking a lot about Trini lately because I love it so much, and it may be the best sounding guitar in the house. But like, I don't know. There's something about it that like when you get rid of all the options and I'm left with just that, it doesn't feel like me as much as like say this or like a Jam Pro. So I don't know. It's like quality versus like how I'm going to use the thing. I don't know. I'm not a Les Paul guy at all, and so by extension, like the 335 thing is kind of it's cool. Yeah, the other way I maybe would go is like the Duesenberg. Is kind of has that humbucker. It looks rad, and it's I don't know.
I could maybe go Greco Les Paul Deluxe with the mini.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
See, it's tough.
It's one of those three.
See, it actually gets harder and harder to choose the guitar, I think, because you know what I mean. Like when it's easy when you're buying one guitar and you have just one. It's harder to make the choice of what do I want next? What doesn't have overlap and does something unique? I think that's why people who have a lot of guitars like buy and sell a lot of guitars a lot. Because if you got like 3 or 4 that you're never getting rid of, you're asking 5, 6, 7 to be something that those other guitars are not in a way that it's not like those guitars, guitar number in a collection, guitar 4, 5, 6, 7 has to be better at something. It has to justify its existence over these 3 guitars that probably already do so much.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you grab a baritone, you grab a 12-string, you grab some like out there, you grab a Casio guitar with a cassette, deck on it.
As one does.
Yeah, totally. Do you think there's someone out there that would have sat in this chair, played this game, and said, "Yeah, number 1, I'll take a Burst Les Paul. Number 2, I'll take a 90s Les Paul, and number 3, I'll take a Murphy Lab Les Paul." Like anyone doing that?
Like all Les Pauls?
Yeah, just like they're like, yeah, I love Les Pauls.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, it's a big world. Whenever I go rent a rental car, you know what I mean? Whenever I'm renting a car or something, maybe I've rented 12 cars in my life, on vacations or whatever. But like recently, when I went out to JHS and I did their YouTube show, that little YouTube show they do out there.
I've heard of it.
Did the show, and I drove back the whole time in a Chevy Malibu. and the trip was 6.5, 7 hours, For that entire time, I thought about a lot of things, but I would say the number one thing I was thinking about was who has $35,000 in their pocket and goes and buys this car?
That's
it's just
choice.
like, this is... So I look at that and I just go, hey, somebody feels really good about buying this car new because someone's buying it new.
Right.
They're selling these.
I was going to say used, you can get a good deal.
Right.
But yeah, someone's driving that off a lot.
I'm not talking about a 10-year-old Malibu or a 20. I'm talking, this was a 1 year, within the year of it being manufactured,
Yeah.
And
it had 8 miles on it and somebody bought it.
I'm driving it going, it had CarPlay. It had Apple CarPlay. Bravo.
There you go.
But dude, it was I just thought, I can't even understand why someone would choose this.
Yeah.
So there's something for everyone,
Yeah, I mean, and it's more like they don't want variety. That's kind of what I was wondering. Is like they don't. I got to have a Les Paul now. What do I want? It's like I want 10 more Les Pauls.
Yeah, maybe you're a big Mayer fan, and you're like, I'll just play the Silver Sky.
Yeah,
and that's what I do. That and a Strat,
maybe a Strat,
and something, and
I like variety, man.
Yeah,
I like to
too.
have different guitars.
Me too. I mean, I bought several of the same guitar and put different pickups in it.
It's true.
Which is variety and not variety.
You have 3 double necks.
Oh, yeah. Yes, 2 are in this video, right?
That's so funny.
One's going back.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that octave one's gonna hold up.
Yeah.
But
that was fun.
This is fun. We should play this. We'll continue playing this game on Guitar Friends.
I'd love to see it in the comments. Like throw your stuff down there, what you would choose. Like your 1, 2, 3. I think that's a good discussion starter.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, dudes. 1, 2, 3 guitar game. I've been HW.
Oh, I thought we were snapping. You went for a snap.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And the video ends.
And we're done.
The video ends?